to use words and arrangements to effectively communicate her message to the audience, making sure to use correct grammar and short, efficient sentences. Los Angeles hosts over 44 million tourists a year, and Janine has the pain and pleasure of showing some of them our wonderful city. Please welcome Janine as she delivers her speech titled My LA Tourist.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Last fall, my brother and sister-in-law, who live in a very, very tiny town on a farm in Australia, decided to come to LA. Now, Adrian, my brother, is a monster of a man, think Marlboro man, never happier than when he's on his farm with horses and his dogs. My sister-in-law, however, has put up with him for 40 years. And she has raised 3 children, plenty of grandchildren, and she's taught school in a little small country town, and she's decided it is time that they become international travelers. My brother learned when the twins were born. Sometimes to get along, you just gotta go along. So come along he did. So the day they arrived was midwinter, 75 degrees, beautiful blue skies, sunny, clear, fantastic. But my sister-in-law had great acuity of all things LA. All things LA to her equaled everything she'd learned on Entertainment Tonight, the Beverly Hills Housewives. What could go wrong? I picked them up at the airport, and being the fantastic sister-in-law I am, I did some research. Luck would have it that someone was getting there, Kate Winslet was getting her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that day. Bam! So I am thinking, I am going to kill every bird with one stone. We go up to Hollywood Boulevard. We are there in plenty of time to see Kate at the W Hotel. However, the real fans were there hours earlier. Adrian is not going to play. Stands on the sidelines, smoking like a jack. Helen and I have this much space to squeeze into, and squeeze into it we did. We somehow got dead center. Now, if you haven't been to one of these things, cross it off your list, A. But B, what happens is every city official that can get their hand on the microphone much later, Kate Winslet was about to arrive. So now we were really excited. Here's the rub. The people that got there before us were not only shooting their cameras wildly, but they brought their Titanic posters to show their real love. So the next thing that happens, Kate! Kate! Kate was not looking where we were in the crowd. She was facing the Entertainment Tonight cameras. So we saw absolutely nothing. However, as you know, the show must go on. So we tramped for hours along Hollywood Boulevard with every big-butted tourist, and cameras, and just a note, Helen doesn't carry one camera. She's like a Time Life photographer on their first assignment. She has 5 cameras and an iPhone. Anything that moves requires a photo on each camera and the iPhone. Now, my way of traveling is you buy a great postcard, scan it, one shot with your iPhone, moving on. The rest of the day was filled with everything housewives. Who knew? They've got restaurants, they've got boutiques, and I've seen them all. I dropped them off that night after a margarita. My hair was on fire, and I called my friend David, who hosts a lot of visitors from out of town. And I said to him, I don't know what to do. They don't want to see anything of the LA I love. Forget the Getty. Forget it. Anything that we might think interesting, forget it. They've been to Barcelona, they've seen better, I'm sure. I don't know. So David said to me, I feel your pain. Janine, I feel your pain. However, do you want to be gracious and show her what she wants to see? Or do you want to be a baby and have it your way? Of course, I want to be a baby and have it my way. I didn't call him to hear that. And he said, they may remember LA badly, but they will love you for your efforts. Okay. Next day, more tramp around places that none of you ever want to see or go, even though you live here in Los Angeles. And I've got one afternoon left. And I drive them down Sunset. There's the Beverly Hills Hotel. Ooh! Not much of a reaction. Okay, that's where Rod Stewart lives. Who cares? That's where Diana Ross lives. I'm just making it up now. It's the very bottom of Sunset. And I say, it's my last shot. Helen, we could turn right and go to Malibu. It's so beautiful there. Beaches, movie stars' homes, gorgeous restaurants. Or we could go left to Venice Beach, which I know you're dying to see, but it's drab. Where do you think we go? Oh no, go left, young lady. We end up in Venice Beach. It is drab, dull, and just a disaster. Gone are the long-legged girls on skateboards and the people that used to juggle chainsaws. Now it is hippies, pot shops, and the same Marilyn Monroe t-shirt in every store Helen had to go in. Finally, I get to kiss them goodbye at the airport. Had they had a good time? Probably not. They got to hate LA, which, in a way, I think was her intention. But what I do know is that I tried to do my best. Madam Toastmaster.